Hello everybody, welcome back to the Dead Mall series, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of the St. Louis Expedition. Today, I'm bringing you to the beautiful, almost completely abandoned St. Louis Mills, or St. Louis Outlet Mall, depending on what you want to call it. Guys, this is something I've only dreamed of seeing in real life, and seeing it in the state it's in is truly incredible. So yeah, let's get right to it. So one thing you'll notice driving up to this mall when you first come here is all the abandoned outparcels. I'm talking the abandoned Babies R Us we're about to pass, and all the abandoned restaurants on the outside of the mall. And I'll drive by those in a second, and it's just incredible seeing all these places in the state that they're in. Only just recently being abandoned, I'd say within the last 5 years at most. So yeah, this is just, it's super amazing to see, and the overgrowth of vegetation you'll see is also truly incredible. So here's all those abandoned restaurants, and we'll get a better in-depth look at those at the very end of this video, but if we're going to start with the St. Louis Mills Mall history, we might as well start from the very, very beginning. Starting in 1967, Herbert S. Miller founded the Western Development Corporation, and realizing the quick explosion of popularity of the American shopping mall, they built their own landmark centers: Franklin Mills, Potomac Mills, Sawgrass Mills, and Gurney Mills. These Mills malls utilized a bunch of anchors and hundreds of very small stores in an unconventional mall design. In 1994, the company changed their name to the Mills Corporation, and in 1996, with new CEO Lawrence Siegel, the company constructed their newest mall, Ontario Mills. This new design focused on an ovular track layout with several smaller regional or outlet anchors, and tons of independent, very small inline tenants. This design's popularity exploded, and over the next decade, tons of these Mills malls were built all across the United States, including our own St. Louis Mills. And most of these designs were popular, and some of them were complete failures, and St. Louis Mills is a perfect example of one of those failures. The site where the mall sits was once just farmland northwest of the St. Louis Metro. Soon, with the growth of the westward St. Louis suburban boom, a new highway was constructed north of I-70 to relieve traffic. This road was known as Highway 370, and soon after, the Mills Corporation sought a perfect area of land to create their newest monstrosity. Construction of the mall started in early 2003 and was completed in November of 2003. The mall opened to much fanfare with over 200 inline stores and 8 anchors, those known as Cabela's, Burlington Coat Factory, Circuit City, Bed Bath & Beyond, NASCAR Speed Park, Saks Off Fifth Outlet, Lucky Strike Lanes, and the Ice Zone Sports Arena, which is where the St. Louis Blues hockey team hosted their training camp. An 18-screen Regal Cinemas also was at the mall, which was attached to a food court styled after the 1904 St. Louis World's Fair. Here's a quick example of some of that vegetation overgrowth. And this is just a little bit. You're going to see how bad it gets when we get to the abandoned parts of the mall. And I'm sure that if they don't take care of this within the next year, it's going to completely overrun the area. The mall, upon opening, was divided up into 6 sectors called neighborhoods. Each neighborhood had a different theme that contributed to the overall design, decoration, and attractions in that area. Some of these neighborhoods included High Drama Oasis, Chandelier Court, Play Area, Tree Oasis, Sports Street, Circus of Fire, the 1904 World's Fair Food Court, and Shakespeare in the Park. These neighborhoods were colorful and tacky, and upon the mall opening they were popular, but as time went on people saw them as weird and outdated. And you'll see some of them as we get inside of the mall. The mall did well for the first few years it was open, but as time went on, the area didn't develop as it was expected to, and tenants started leaving as less and less people were going to the mall, favoring newer shopping centers and newer suburban neighborhoods. This mall was just forgotten about. And a lot of this video is just really creepy, all the abandonment of everything, and you'll just see how eerie it all is. It's like
I love how the sign's falling down.
the sign's falling down, the clouds are all like droopy and dark. Oh my gosh. Cinema. Wow.
Here, let's do this.
So this is the old play area, and this would have been the kids district of the mall. And this is right next to the cinema. And this is just super creepy, seeing it the way it is, as it was once a bustling place with hundreds of people going in and out the doors, and now there's nothing here. Where they would have had the old movie posters right there. When this mall was built, it focused on a public interaction sort of sense with all the colors and the weird tacky things to do inside the mall. And you'll see that later, but as we all know, that stuff it isn't popular, and that's not the way people are nowadays with the rise of Amazon shopping and online shopping in total. It's just what killed this mall and left it the way it is now. So coming up here soon, you're gonna see the old NASCAR Speed Park, which is a super creepy indoor-outdoor go-kart racing track with bumper boats and mini golf. It sometimes featured appearances by actual NASCAR drivers, such as Kevin Harvick, and having them meet with fans and sign autographs. The NASCAR Speed Park closed in January of 2014 and was left to rot since. guessing this right here would have been a restaurant, and they had all like the tables and the outside seating. So this was the sports district. And thanks to an old rusty gate, I was able to explore the old NASCAR speed park, which was something truly incredible. The Ice Zone is a 1,200-seat indoor ice arena connected to the northwest section of the mall. The arena is one of the last places left in the mall and is still open to the public for public skating, figure skating, and local youth, high school, and adult hockey teams. It served as the official practice facility for the St. Louis Blues hockey team until they relocated to the newly built Centennial Community Ice Center. It offered free bleacher seating for fans during practice sessions of the teams, and is also home to the Gateway Locomotives, a special needs hockey team. This was one of the only ways into the old mall, and one of the only ways to see what the mall would have looked like in its heyday. When this mall was still open, it was constantly struggling to get anchors into its vacant spaces. It sometimes got a few, like the Children's Place outlet, Ross Dress for Less, or the Sears outlet store, but not even those anchors could help sustain the mall. Some of these spaces were even turned into churches and organizations. So I was with my friend for a lot of these mall videos and a lot of the St. Louis expeditions, so you're going to hear me and him talking a lot about this mall way back in the day and what it would have been like. This is like the weirdest mall that you'll ever be in.
Really?
All the colors and all the wood floor.
Imagine how much cost the wood floor.
Yeah, for real. Staining it and stuff. Oh gosh. So this is just an example of this mall with its weird, really small, colorful stores, with their themes fitting which neighborhood or district they are in. Obviously these stores being in the popular sports scene. And right here is just an abandoned old restaurant that you could just walk into. There's no supervision. You could just walk in here and, you know, chill for a while. Even going into the back is just, it's cool exploring this. I definitely think this was a restaurant. I definitely think that this was a restaurant. So coming up right here is the old ESPN skate park, and this opened in the mall in 2004. However, the mall didn't have correct copyright agreement to use the ESPN name, which led to the park being renamed St. Louis Mills Skate Park in late 2005. The park then closed in 2006 and remained closed till 2007. When a new sponsor named Woodward announced that they would take ownership, plans fell through. Then through mid-2007, and the park continued to stay closed until it was reopened with a new sponsor as Plan 9 in 2009. The park closed once again in 2015 and is left empty. So here's an old abandoned ice cream shop, and once again another example of some place you can just walk into, since on the left side there's an opening and anyone could just go back there. So that's one of the main reasons why I didn't explore too many of these abandoned restaurants. And you see one at the end that I go into, but something like this I wasn't going to go into because there was always the risk of running into someone that just had the same plan as me, or they were staying in there. A random milk bottle on the ground. Some of these stores they just straight up walled off. Yeah, this part of the mall was pretty chilly because of the gigantic ice skating arena right next to us, and that's one of the only reasons why this area of the mall is still open. This is still open. The stores that are still open. Food places. That's just a straight up white room. So this neighborhood 3. I'm not sure what this one was exactly. It's like a quarter or a dollar slot. Stolusa. They have the buckets, plastic dead mold buckets. Catch the leaking water. Right there. It's just a dark room. So coming up right here is the Circus of Fire, and this is probably one of the most interesting areas of the mall, or neighborhoods as they're called.
Neighborhood 2.
Trying to see the label scar, whatever the heck that was, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Unique foot something. What? Yeah. I wonder if Cabela's is kind of like this and has like a little bit open. So while this mall sits largely abandoned currently, not all hope may be lost for its future. Talks began back in 2019 to turn the dying mall into a huge outdoor and indoor sports center known as the Power Plex, which would feature sports attractions, softball and baseball fields, tennis courts, training centers, and even a large football dome. While construction was said to start in late 2019 and finish in early 2020, nothing has happened. So I'm not sure what the current status of this project is, but hopefully something is to come of it. And coming up here, you'll see a news clip from when it was first announced.
When the old Mills Mall opened up 16 years ago, it was lauded as the future of shopping. Well, now that's all in the past.
Do you remember that? It was such a big
Yeah.
deal. Everyone was so excited. Well, only a few stores remain now, and that may not last for long. Chris Davis previews what's to come.
16 years ago, it had the hottest stores in town.
We used to come down here, it'd be full of people.
But now,
well, the lights are on, but hardly anybody is at home. This once bustling mall now only has about 10% of stores that are still open.
vacant stores and outside, mostly empty parking spots that line flower beds overtaken by weeds the size of little leaguers.
But if a local developer gets his way, they'd be replaced by the real deal, real little leaguers.
The project is called the Power Plex and will feature just about every sport you can think of. Baseball, soccer, football, gymnastics, volleyball, and much to the satisfaction of this hockey mom, more ice space.
Ice is something that is just not a lot of around here, and we come over from Collinsville.
The move is already approved by Hazelwood City Council and the sale will reportedly close soon. But progress will push out a few remaining stores. Cabela's is the only company officially guaranteed to stay on with the new owners, Big Sports Properties. Back in May, Hope Church filed a lawsuit after they received an eviction notice. Their pastor, Greg Bruce, told me over the phone they've now been told that they can stay through the official sale to Big Sports Properties. Because Big Sports doesn't technically own the property yet, they declined our request for an interview, but told us over the phone, quote, "A church is a great fit for a sports campus. Big Sports Properties looks forward to having conversations once we're in control of the property." In addition to playing space, there will also be at least 2 hotels, restaurants, sports retail, and more the company just can't reveal yet.
I think this is a great area.
For Lisa, she hopes this project will restore this place to its former glory and can't think of a better set of values that may come with it.
It really is great for the kids to see that family togetherness.
In Hazelwood, Chris Davis, 5 on your side.
So the only reason why this entrance up here is open is because of the local church organization known as Hope Church. They have a lot of small activities in children's classrooms in some of the old mall stores, and you'll see those coming up, but getting inside here was a lot creepier than going in where the hockey was, because unlike the hockey, which was loud and chilly, this side of the mall was quiet and dead. Back with the wood floors. Oh my god. Yeah, definitely. Hang on. Nope. Directory. Oh yeah, there's the directory. I already got one of those though, so I don't need to look at it. Check this out. I won't go in too far. I'll just. Oh, look at the old pop thing.
This is how they cooled the ice cream machines right here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
This is really creepy.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah, an extra light.
I wonder what my light on if I have a phone on this.
If there's anyone in there, I just want to record. I don't want to mess with you.
Yeah. 3D printing. Yeah. That's our walk-in cooler.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool though, they can repurpose it for at least charging and something.
Yeah. I wonder if they're ever going to repurpose the entirety of the mall. Yeah. They have all the stores up there, and they're just taking them all off as they all go one by one. There's another church, the chapel, except that one isn't open. Yeah. There's like toys and stuff. 3 and 4, 4. Oh yeah, all the age groups. This chandelier thing is interesting. Circular benches. Neighborhood 6. Water buckets. It's a big water bucket. Since there's literally no security guards, that's alright. My self-recording's going off. Trying to advertise all the great things this mall is. Yeah. There's a dead bush right in there. Entrance. Really? See if and Beyond right there. So yeah, that includes the interior portions of the mall, and I'm just surprised that I even got access to that, because this mall wasn't even on my list. I thought I might pass by it, see it from the outside, and be like, oh, this was a once great place where thousands of people shopped every day. But yeah, I'm surprised that he was even open and still standing here. And I hope that one day they're able to repurpose the entirety of the mall. But until then, it just sits here in this creepy, abandoned state that it's in. So I came back to this mall later in the evening just to see these abandoned outparcels one last time before I left, and they were just incredible because they were built right after this mall was constructed, early in the 2000s, and that wasn't even that long ago in terms of retail history, and they were expected to do so well, but they never did. And it's like just in 10 years or 10 or 20 years they just closed, and that was the end of them. And they still even have the modern architecture styles, but they're all just completely abandoned and empty. Also, a quick shout out to anyone in the area of this mall. If you're looking for a green padded wheeled chair, there's one in the parking lot of this abandoned Longhorn Steakhouse. So, once again, if you're looking for a green padded chair, there's one in the abandoned Longhorn Steakhouse parking lot. So, come get it while it lasts. Oh, and if you're ever in the area exploring these abandoned restaurants, steer clear of the old Steak and Shake, because I think they were doing parking lot work, like removing pipes or something, because there's just a giant gaping hole in the ground that I almost drove right into, and it scared the crap out of me. You'll see my reaction, it's right there. It's like a foot deep. Holy Finally, out of these abandoned restaurants, there's this old Sonic drive-in, and I'm not sure what the one next to it is, but I'm sure you guys will know. So comment if you know what this restaurant is right here, what it used to be. And these places are obviously just super creepy to see. And I'm pretty sure, after looking on Google Images and looking it up, whatever that restaurant this was, I think this was the very last one to close out of all these outparcels. So yeah, guys, that concludes today's episode of the Dead Mall series, and that concludes the St. Louis Mills. Hopefully you join me next week for the Mid-Rivers Mall in St. Louis, and that one's a pretty cool mall to see. So, yeah, I'll see you all then, but until then, Have a lovely day, and peace out.